It was either go back to the streets and sell drugs or be with the pastor. So I got frustrated. I told the pastor, hey, sir, I can't do this. He said, I'm gonna tell you something, man. If you go back to the streets, don't call my phone, don't come around me, and you're not gonna do it in this neighborhood. Find your new neighborhood to do it in. So I'm like, man, who do you think you're talking to? He said, I'm talking to you. And it kind of threw me back. I'm like, man, this dude talking to me like I'm a nobody.
It's easy to say the white man, and point the finger, when in reality, we need to take a very close look at ourselves. We focus on transformation of the person, and we're telling them, hey, educationally, you got to get it together. Economically, you got to get it together. Family and spiritually, you have to get it together. And you have to take responsibility.
I've discovered there is no failure except in no longer trying. Woo, I just said something right there. The only failure in life is when you fail to get back up again.
I'm known in Chicago and throughout a lot of states as the twin, or quote unquote the Bentley twin, because me and my twin brother, we drove Bentleys. I grew up out of the Calumet building, which is on 62nd and Calumet. As a child, I could say I had a unbalanced upcoming because my mom was living in the projects, and I have a father that's from Africa. He's a foreigner. But he come over here as a kid, and he made a great life for himself. But living between the projects and a little house with the white fence around it, which was my father, it was kind of off balance for me because I wasn't used to living the kind of lifestyle my father was living. He was very, very strict. It was about books and school. I seen my mom selling drugs, was selling weed. I seen my sister selling weed. So by me seeing my mom and them doing what they were doing as a kid, I picked up on what they were doing, I wanted to do. I loved that project lifestyle. It was just a 16-story building, kids running everywhere. It was my kind of lifestyle. And I dropped out of school. I ran away from home. But all the time while the other guys was selling their drugs and taking their money, and they going to buy them nice clothes and smoking their marijuana, I was putting my money up under the mattress. And I was 13, 14 years old. Yeah, because I knew my father always, my father worked 90 jobs. I'm being honest, like my father was a teacher. He was a cab driver. He was running for office, alderman. He stayed busy, he stayed busy. And I didn't understand, like, man, this man, all he do is work.
While Varney was drawn into the life of crime, the gift his father gave him was personal agency. He believed he could be a self-made man.
And I took the money that I saved up, and I went and got with a gentleman that I knew. I said, hey, listen, I want to buy some from you. He's like, what are you talking about? When I showed him my money, he was surprised. And I took that product and I set it at a table and I fixed it up, because this is back then when the crack had just hit. And I fixed this drug up and I put it in these packs, and I gathered me some kids, okay? And I gave them the packs. And when I gave them the packs, I became a boss at 15 years old. So now I'm in a situation where the police gonna either kill me or I'm gonna kill them.
Many of the failures originally designed to finish us off, if properly used, watch this, could be the very things that put us on top. Let me back up.
I'm running this building 24 hours a day. So anytime you come to this building, you'll be able to buy drugs. No matter what time of the day it is, you'll be able to buy drugs. And I'm running it by shifts. We doing 8-hour shifts. And I was selling heroin and I was selling crack. But between the two, I might make about $60,000, $70,000 a day. My father went to jail behind the things that I was doing back in 2004. He didn't do anything, but due to the fact that he was my father, they locked him up as well.
And when this farmer had a mule, this mule, it fell into a dry well. and the well was it was real deep. And so he decided that since I can't rescue him, I don't want to see him starve to death. I don't want to see him just, just die in that hole like that. So the farmer decided that he was going to get a truck of trash and dirt. And he was going to every day for 3 days throw the trash and the dirt on the mule who had fell on the well, in the well.
Like 2015, me coming home, I was lost. I'm gonna be honest, I just did 11 years of feds. I got some good street skills, but me coming home, my friends take me to the church. And I'm like, all right, who I meeting? Like, you meeting a pastor? I'm like, I don't want to talk to no pastor, bro, I just came home. They're like, no, you have to talk to him because he run a neighborhood now. I'm like, he don't run no neighborhood that I'm in. So me seeing the pastor, he was like, okay, I know who you are, heard a lot about you, glad to see you home, but I'm new sheriff in town. Do you really know what you did to your community? I'm like, no, what? He said, you tore your community down. You fed them poison. Every individual that came and bought those drugs, it was slowly destroying their life.
When they were in the streets, they'd get a pack, get some drugs, they put a guy on. He started his own business, he started his own. So we're just saying, hey, take those same principles, transform them into something positive instead of something negative, but keep using those same business principles because principles work.
Something unusual happened with the first load of trash and dirt. He unloaded it in the well. The trash and the dirt fell on the mule, but the mule was a real smart mule. He shook it off, stepped on it, stepped on up. You missed it. Every day, they bring the trash and the dirt. They throw it in the hole on the mule. He shake it off, step on it, step on up higher. You missed it again. On the third day, they brought more trash, they brought more dirt, they threw it on the mule. He shook it off, stepped on it, and stepped on up higher. He kept stepping up so high that eventually he stepped out. Oh.
So he said, look, what you need to do is sit down, get your credit together. Let's get you a regular job. Let's get you stable, because if I can get you stable, if I can get you to listen, we can get some other kids to listen. A lot of these kids, they sitting in the house right now, smoking weed, and they passing to their mama. They smoking weed, and they passing to their father. Or they drinking, and they kids. As kids, this is what they doing. The problem is, no one's telling them, I love you. No one's hugging them. So now, in this community that we are in now, although these kids, and I'm not being distressed because I love all the kids like they my own, but these kids, they get up in the morning, they can't wait to get up in the morning, because the first thing they do when they get up in the morning, they don't brush their teeth, they don't wash their face, they don't do anything. They run straight up here to the pastor, because the pastor's everybody's daddy. I have the things that I want in life by working a real job, and I owe it all to the pastor. I really wish I would have listened to my father. Because now, thinking about it, my father was only trying to teach me all the right things in life.